Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Yesterday we learnt about the reading and analysis of maps introduction. We tried to understand about the origin of this map making skill. We tried to understand from the prehistoric times, from the pictographic maps, from the Sumerians, from the Babylonians, how these maps started evolving and taking the present shape. Today, let us further go ahead regarding the history of these maps and understand how the maps has reached the present position and present shape. So friends, maps have a long history. We try to see the Romans and Greeks prepared maps which are dated about 2300 years ago. One most common element which we have found in all these ancient maps were they placed their country or their area in the center of their map, and from there they pointed out the remaining areas. The knowledge what do they have about the areas, about the people, they try to show it on a map. Further, we also try to understand about the Aryabhata's concept of latitudes and longitudes. But when actually it was adopted in the making of maps is not known. If you look at map making people or map makers, they have shown much interest to travel and note down the places, features, and they have drawn the map. That's the reason why most of the ancient maps were more too accurate. But it has taken a very long time to draw these accurate maps. One such technique I share with you how these ancient map makers have followed to draw a map. They have taken two places which have same time noon, which have same time noon, and they have connected these places. These places, these two places will have the noon at the same time, okay, and they called this as meridian or noon line. From north to south, they started inquiring about these areas and they connected them. From east to west, they started measuring the height of the shadow, which has the same height of the shadow, and they started pointing out those places. With the help of these, they have drawn these lines, which we consider them today as longitudes and latitudes, and they prepared these kind of maps. Ptolemy has prepared these kind of maps which were more accurate with the help of these imaginary lines drawn on the map. They also provide the information about Earth is not a flat body. Earth is round in shape or disc in shape. But they knew only about three continents. One is Europe, second one is Asia, and third one is Africa. And Africa, that too, only the northern Africa is known to most of the map makers until the 14th, 15th centuries. Even Ptolemy's maps and the Ptolemy's books, which were read by Arab map makers, also have drawn the maps only until North Africa. They don't have the knowledge of South Africa and even about the Southeast Asia. So they left these places and they have drawn these maps. Ptolemy's books, which were read by the Arab scholars and map makers and sailors, one of the famous Arab map maker called as Al-Idris has prepared a world map for his king in the year 1154 Common Era. This map is given in your textbook, figure number 5, shows very clearly that map bottom side is south, is north, and the upper side was south. So it's completely in reverse direction of the present day map. The present day map generally has north on the top, but Al-Idris, he is the Arab map maker. He prepared a map showing everything towards the south. There are many Arabic legends written on these maps which are more to the accuracy. Later it was in 1480 Common Era, the Ptolemy's books were found, but not the maps. Only books were found. With the help of these books, Europeans tried to make maps. Before that, Europeans prepared maps based on their religious books like Bible. And there is a map in the text in figure number 6 which projects the map drawn with the belief of Bible. It shows that this is a map. They consider that earth is round in disk, and they had mentioned this part, the northern part, as Asia and bigger one, and remaining two as Africa and Europe. Why they mentioned Asia bigger mean? It's a place where Jesus was born, Jerusalem. It consists of Jerusalem, and they have put that one at the top and remaining two at the bottom. But these all religious beliefs was overthrown after the Ptolemy books were discovered, and a new wave of enthusiasm spread among the map makers and given birth to the Italian school, the German school, French school, English school were created and were set up, where new kinds of maps started making. This was a period of discovery and exploration. Many new places were explored during this period. The knowledge added to the making of maps. It was during the 15th century that Arabs stopped trade of Europeans across the Mediterranean Sea towards India. As a result, the countries like Portugal, Spain, Holland, and England have to search for another route for a trade with India. That has given them a chance to find out new places and new discoveries. You know it very well, friends, that Columbus traveled towards the western side in order to reach India and discovered America. Later, it was in 1498, a Portuguese sailor, Vasco da Gama, went around Africa and reached Calicut of India. So these all explorations made by the Europeans tried to make maps more accurate with the information. Britishers later colonized many areas with the help of the maps. Maps were made more accurate. They sent their expeditions, which consists of even the map makers, which helped them to colonize, to exploit the resources, to understand the people of the place, soil, climate, and different elements they understood in the making of the maps. But how a round disk map, a round disk earth was projected on a flat paper? It was in the 16th century, friends. It was in 16th century. Holland is nothing but the present day Belgium. Holland, it is also called as Dutch, okay, or otherwise it is also called Netherlands today. So this Holland has supremacy over the maritime on the sea. They had prepared maps more accurate and they dominated the sea trade during the 16th century. The reason behind their domination was the Dutch cartographer Gregardus Mercator. This Gregardus Mercator, who is the father of the Dutch cartography, is nothing but carto means maps, graphy means study. The study of maps is called as cartography. So he studied the earlier maps and he made the original work on the maps, which is famously called as Mercator projection. Till to the date, we follow the same mercantile projection in making of a map or in drawing of a map. What is this mercator projection? The curvature of the earth cannot be shown on a flat paper. When you try to change the curvature of the map or the body, there will be the distortion of sizes and distances and the directions. So he proposed not to change the directions and the shapes, but the distortion of size and distance was made and drawn the map on a flat paper. That projection is famously called as Gregardus Mercator projection, and till today we follow the same kind of a projection, Mercator projection. Later we see about the how maps are useful in the present day life and what is the history of Indian maps. About these kind of things we shall see in the next session. Thank you, children. Make a note of all these things and summarize them. Thank you.